Numbers do feel overwhelming. I really like to be in control and like I want to be as perfect with it as I can. And diabetes is one of those things that like you can't be a perfectionist with because your blood sugar can change for any number of reasons.
Maybe I'm high and overcorrect and I see the double arrows down with a lot of insulin on board, and it's kind of a tough feeling because you're like, oh shoot, I'm gonna be low. I know I'm gonna be low. I need to start correct eating for it or correcting in some way. And sometimes it's important to take a break and just take a breather and, you know that you'll be able to correct things and not be afraid to take some time to get yourself in the right range.
I get very frustrated when I can't get myself back into time range in a smooth period of time where I'm just flown on a normal target range. A lot of times I just had to take a step back and like take a deep breath and like really like breathe and like focus in on how you can get through it in the next few hours, in the next few minutes. What can you do in that next 30 minutes to help, even if it's down by a couple numbers, to help slowly start changing it to where you're like, okay, like I'm in control again.
If I am ever feeling a little bit burnt out, if my Dexcom is like on its last day or something, I'll take a break for a couple days and I'll just like regroup and like use the test strips, but it kind of just gives me a little bit like of clarity, knowing that like, yes, like I would prefer to use the CGM, but just knowing that I have, you know, that choice of just kind of like letting my head, like trying not to overthink about my numbers and, you know, reminding myself that like my diabetes does not consume my entire life and I shouldn't let it. And then, you know, going back on the Dexcom being like, wow, like, you know, it is so nice that I do have access to this.
People are on their phones and computers and using technology all day long, and having a CGM, you don't need to check it as much as your email, your social media, or anything on your phone, but it's there for you.
I'll look at my phone in the morning and I won't answer texts. I won't answer Snapchats. I'll just go right to my Dexcom and be like, what am I on now? What was I on overnight?
I share my graph with two friends, and I think they check it as if it were their social media too. Part of our, you know, just one of those things that we open up on our phone.
In our lives, it's such a normal habit. Like you're scrolling to like the next like TikTok or Instagram or something, and I'm like, oh, I'll like half swipe. Okay, my sugar's good.
It definitely comes with time, knowing yourself and knowing how your diabetes affects you, that you will gain a better understanding of how all that kind of falls into place. And then once you kind of have that understanding, I think that you're able to apply that to a lot of other things in your life.
I definitely appreciate that I give myself the freedom to, you know, navigate when I want to be alerted, how I should be alerted. Of course, in an emergency, going below 55, I want to be alerted of that. But if I'm, you know, on vacation, I might be having like a margarita or something, you know, like if I, you know, give myself that freedom to not be so regimented or, you know, not go crazy, but still feel good and enjoy the moment, I'm okay if I'm like slightly out of range. So I always say, like, diabetes comes along with me. Diabetes is on vacation with me. I'm not on vacation with diabetes. So diabetes can ride the roller coaster with me.
You get the hang of it, and once you do, I don't know, my mom says it's a superpower, so it's your superpower.